Okay, so this is the inflatable punching bag. It's for kids to, you can essentially practice karate, taekwondo, and all of those things. It is quite fun, and because it's not on like stuck on the wall, it's on the ground, so kids can continue to move up the height without having to worry about replacing it. It will work for a long time. Let me open this and show it to you. Okay, so this is the actual air pump. Now we already have one, but this is like having something nice and having different. And these are the two things that you are saying. This most likely has the base. You also have this small manual, and you also have this just an inflatable, and this is essentially repair stickers. So let's say there is some hole or something that happens, which do happen within all inflatables. You can use this to patch it up. So yep. Now I'm going to open all of this and show it to you how to set it up. Okay, so essentially these are the two punching gloves which they can use depending on what they are trying to learn, and this is the actual thing with the base and everything, right? So this is, and I'm going to now also open this air pump and show it to you. So this is the actual air pump that you are seeing here. Yeah. And these are the different, different types of, depending on the size of the hole, you can use the different ones. So they are all of different sizes. You can see here, it depends on the hole that you're trying to fill the air in. And then this is the charger. What that means is, like, let's say you are on the go, you can also use a car charger to charge it. So you have an option of charging by both, like charging at home and charging by car. So we are going to start filling the air from the top. When you fill the air, it doesn't have to be like too tight, and don't want to make sure it don't overinflate or it might burst. And you will start from the top here. So this is the top part, and this is the hole. Now when I test it, obviously this one will essentially go inside. So I'm going to connect this here like this. Okay, I'm going to essentially plug it in here. I only have to push it like an injection, because what happens is there is like a small something that blocks the air from coming out. So you need to push it to put the air in, and when the air is full, it closes it. Almost like a one-way, inlet. So sorry. So okay. Okay, so this is pulling the air in and this is pulling the air out. If you notice, it is inflating. And then closed it quickly. Here you can see here. Next is the middle part, right? So this part. Yeah. So there are three parts technically. This, the middle, and the bottom. I'm going to next fill up the middle part. Now this is a small part, so don't expect like too much. What is air is filling in? Okay. Okay, so the air is essentially filling in, right? Okay, next, the middle part is also there. Now it is not full because I don't want it to be full right now. I'm going to fill a little bit later on. But for now it is like filled enough, I would say, right? That I don't want it to go too much. Now this is the third part, right? So technically you want to fill this with water, but if you start to fill the water in now, we are using this inlet here, it will not go in properly because everything is stuck together. Right? This is like actually a big hole. So what you want to do is you want to fill in a little bit of air first. So it kind of expands a little bit. Then when you open it, obviously the air might just come out. But then you're going to anyways put the water in, so it's going to be a mixture of air and water. But you want water so that it stabilizes, it stays stable. So that's what we are going to do. First, it expands and doesn't stay stick. Next, I'm going to open this and I'm going to start filling in water. It doesn't have to like completely fill with water in my opinion. It has to be filled enough that it stays stable. So yeah, now let's just see. Okay, and you see how it has this cap. I pressed it inside here so that it comes out. So it has two caps. One is the cap to seal it and the other cap to tighten it. And I'm going to fill the water in here. Something like this so the water doesn't fall too much. And you're going to start filling in the water here. You do need a lot of water, but you can essentially have a combination of water and air in my opinion. Just so that you're not stable enough. Obviously, as your kid grows up, you want more water because they will start kicking it more powerful punches and you don't want it to just fall down. You want it to stand still, right? So that is why we are going to fill in with air and water both initially. But again, depending on how much power you are putting, you might need more water and less air. So, but our daughter is obviously small, so she will obviously require, she won't punch too hard. So it's okay if it has less water and more air. Okay, so I have essentially closed this lid and you can see now my daughter is hitting it. My daughter is 4 years old, but this whole thing is tipping up. What that means is I fill with more air and less water. So obviously I need to essentially, I'm essentially holding it right now, but I need to essentially remove some air from the bottom here and fill it with more water and less air. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm wait 1 second. Okay, I'm going to again open it and put some water in, more water in. Obviously when you open it, the air will come out, which is expected. Not like this only. Okay, yes, good. Try. Hit it. Not like this. How has your karate teacher taught you how to punch?
Like this.
Yes, so do it. Good. We have filled with lot more water now and you can see it doesn't fall down. But as she grows, we obviously have to have less air and more water because she's getting more and more powerful, right? So it will just tilt. You cannot support it. But overall, that's what you are supposed to do. Things are gloves and now she's going to punch it.
Okay.
Punch it, go. Not towards the wall, yes, like this. And that's how the kids can continue to punch and play, right? Quite a lot of fun for kids, and if you think that they are doing too much, too excited, maybe this is a good thing to can try. Don't push it like this, okay? You can only push it via punch or kick. You are not supposed to stand on it, you are not supposed to kick on it, okay? Because it's mentioned that if you kick on it, obviously too much pressure and it will just burst. And imagine all the water coming out. So you want to be very careful. But yeah, that's what it says, very happy with it. And as you can see, her height is still much smaller than this. So she's obviously hitting only the bottom part. But as she grows, she will continue to hit the more top part. And she can even learn to kick higher. Like, they also teach her high kick kind of thing. Viti, can you kick up? Kick up like, your teacher, no, not like this.
I can't.
No, teacher does up kick, right? Like this. Yeah, right? Yeah. And they can try to practice it like this. So yeah, that's what it says. Very happy with it. Okay, thank you.